What's up, people? Welcome to Shit. Let's get right into it. Question of the day. Are you willing to change? Are you willing to change yourself to succeed, or to obtain, or to figure something out? And yeah. And you might notice a new face on the couch today. This is Mr. V, my buddy Mike V, childhood best friend. We did a lot of craziness together. We experienced a lot of craziness together.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, no?
No, I do. I remember all of it.
Yeah. That's like, I don't remember like a lot of the stuff we did later on in life because of the friggin' drugs and alcohol. But Mike, me and Mike were originally straight edge at one point, with the X's on the hands and shit like that. And it's, I'll just trying to rip down our whole setup over here, so I'm just trying to.
So is this the Mike that took your virginity, or is that a different Mike?
No.
I thought that was Michelle.
Different Mike.
I thought it was not Michael, Michelle.
Oh.
But yeah, tons of craziness. And if you watch the end of the video, you will see some video of me and Mike as children.
I haven't seen the video of.
Yeah, so that's that'll be coming at the Shit Chronicles at the very end. So one thing we wanted to start was basically we want more people. We're trying to encourage more people to get involved in the podcast, and so we wanted to do something where we have an advice corner. So if you have some troubles or situations you want to talk about, and you're looking for advice from guys, from men, you know what I mean?
Or maybe something that, even just changing the flange on a sink and you want to ask a guy, hey, how the hell do I change this?
Any questions you want to send to us, we have an advice
Could
corner.
be anything.
Let's give you some life advice.
Yeah, anything.
We got some good minds in this.
Anything you need.
A lot of collective intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, so
All useless.
think of that.
But very
Now let's
collective.
get back to our number one guest here. I don't know if everybody. I'm sorry, Mr. V. Let's get back to Mr. V. Right?
Don't worry, he's going to take it to the
I
end.
ain't worried.
So
Proper Johnston English.
it's a very weird dynamic with kind of having Mike because we've gone down different paths in life, even though we grew up like doing everything together pretty much. We spent mad times hanging out at Burger King.
Yeah.
I remember we would exchange Christmas gifts because it was right down the road. We lived on that borderline of Johnston and Centerdale, which kind of was a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. You know what I mean? Because we had to deal with the North Providence punks.
Yeah, especially back then. We had
Centerdale.
we had the best. We had like the best odd rivalry with the kids growing up in literally the next neighborhood. We were separated by a river. And I remember the winter time when the river would freeze. It was like, all right, now that's when everything happens. And I think so much of it was like we imagined so much of it as it happened versus the reality of how it happened. Like I'm pretty sure in our heads we were fighting wars. Meanwhile, we're just like launching wrist rockets over as far as we can go.
Any stories? Any stories you got for us? You want to get into your background or?
I don't know about stories. I didn't think I thought about stories.
So, I'm very proud of Mike because he's excelled in the martial arts, specifically Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I believe.
JJ, that's what's up.
And me and Mike, I took karate with him as a child. He would come to the sessions that we did.
That was the best part. We didn't technically take it together. I couldn't afford karate lessons. So I remember, but I was dedicated, even though I wasn't allowed to take class. So the instructor would allow me to sit in, but not participate. Because, liability, I guess.
Yeah, I want this thing pointed up a little bit, so I'm just going to put it here. I don't think your band's going to get it.
Nah, I have me and my band have a good relationship.
All right. You can watch him because he's trying to steal all the fuzzies on the microphones. We're trying to make the audio better.
I see.
Without spending thousands of dollars on audio equipment, and I think you realize how expensive it is to freaking try to
But yeah, so then, so I remember you, and then eventually Timmy would come down, I think, right? And you originally taking karate, and then me and you would go out in the parking lot, and all the things you just learned, I'm like, all right, let's go. And we'd be in the parking lot, like, beating the snot out of each other, practicing.
You think we could get a little demonstration on Kurt? Possibly? Throwing a little chicken wing on the floor?
Maybe we can get into that later on the show. Definitely. You know, I'm willing to possibly be choked out by Mike in the face of humor. Right?
Entertainment person, I'll happily, I mean, you know, it goes against all things I believe, but I will absolutely choke someone unconscious for a joke.
And then I'll start having a seizure, and then everyone will run, all the cameras will fall. No, but so.
So I have a question. Did you?
What are you in the second grade?
Did you get into third actually? Did you get into BJJ because of the interest in rolling around with men?
Yes.
Or
exclusively. That was the first thing.
Also a question.
You know. No, man. It was just I've always liked fighting, and
What age did you start doing it?
formally it wasn't until my early 20s. Informally, it was, you know, here or there. I had a cousin that did kickboxing, some Muay Thai, and then locally, I think just growing up in the area, there was a boxing school pretty much.
Yep.
Everybody knew who everybody, you know, so all that stuff was. But then I remember watching, much like a lot of guys from our generation, watching like UFC 1, and going, what the hell is that? And then immediately,
First came out.
yeah, first come over here anyway, right? So then watching dudes that are 100 pounds choking dudes that are 200 pounds, and we didn't have a jiu-jitsu school anywhere, so we just like finding magazines, like at Ann and Hope and Almax, you know what I mean?
Showing you,
Like,
like,
oh,
techniques and
yeah.
I remember finding some magazines in the woods in a paint can.
It was a different kind of magazine.
They were Playboys, and it was like the best.
Still show you how to choke somebody.
Yeah, it's a different joking.
I also,
It's more of a gag.
I also have a question for you. So you said that when Kurt started going into karate, and you couldn't afford it, but you were allowed to sit in.
Yep.
Did you absorb any of that information?
At the time I did, yeah. 'Cause I was sitting there because I was a student,
And then literally
like,
we
just
would
as a
practice
human, you know
while
what I
we
mean?
went
Just-
over.
yeah,
So you
literally.
got a free lesson, not allowing to participate, but immediately after, you guys would go and mirror or repeat
Yeah.
these same things that you just visually learned.
Yeah, well, he did it. So the cool thing is for him, it's almost like homework. Like he gets to go out and actually have a partner to practice with. Where a lot of kids, that's after karate's done, they go home and they go on to whatever
They
else.
play a
is.
video game,
Yeah.
maybe,
And that was
or
the
comic
biggest-
books at the time.
And we were like, I don't think we were allowed in the house at that age. It was
No,
like,
we're
yeah, we had
outside.
we literally
tonight.
the karate school was a 5-minute walk from the house.
Yeah, yeah.
So we pretty
It's
much
in
brought
Centerville.
ourselves, you know, buddy
Like,
system.
Before I've told Nicky how we've, you know, like how we got jumped
Sure.
that time on whatever that is.
Couple of times.
Street, Timmy
Yeah,
Street.
yeah.
By those North Providence kids with the fake gun, you know, pulling out the fake gun.
Allegedly.
BB gun, that little BB gun that you would push
Allegedly.
back and
So
forward.
my favorite part about that story was because the kid kept flashing the handle, kept flashing that gun, and it wasn't until Tim goes, "So I can read Daisy right on the handle," and the kid whips it out and, you know,
Hit Timmy with the gun.
hit Timmy.
I was standing there in a big winter jacket, like Janko jeans, big,
Yeah.
big, huge winter jacket, hands down in the pockets, just like whistling Dixie, not knowing nothing. And that's when that other kid cold clocked me, and I just went, pew, back.
And the best part is afterwards, we're at
And
the
then they're
house.
holding him down, beating him, all the rest of them, because he was the only one still alive.
so you guys were pussies when we were kids. I always thought.
We were skateboarders.
Wow. So I don't know, 10 on 3. I think, you know, we had good numbers. I mean, you know, we got our fair lick in.
So was that before you started doing?
Yeah, we were kids. We weren't
yeah,
even.
yeah,
we
we
were
were children.
Getting
We
your
were-
asses beat.
I
made
will
wanna
show
go
you.
take-
You will see later on in the Chronicles exactly what we looked like. At
And
that
we weren't.
time.
We weren't. I mean, we weren't old enough to drive when this happened.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wasn't walking around at 2 change yet. You know, I wasn't. Well, but we had
But we
enough.
were out late doing like graffiti was like our thing.
Oh, listen, we could get into stories
There's
about
so
how
many
gangster
stories.
we were when it came to fights where it wasn't 10 people.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
We could talk about those days.
Especially you, like me and Mike. Like I went into like the craziness, like Jersey Shore-ish, like flamboyant, drugs and alcoholic.
If it wasn't for Kurt Bertozzi, Jersey Shore wouldn't exist.
Ed Hardy.
I can say that.
That's the lane that I kind
Draw
of
car.
went. You know what I mean? With George, you know what I mean? Like we just, you know, like if if I monkeyed off of people, it was like, you know, my best friend, Mike Valletta, I monkeyed off to friggin' George Simeon was my next best friend, you know what I mean? And then from there, I probably monkeyed off to friggin' Louis as time goes, you know what I mean? None of my relationships have lost any strength in between. It's just the time, you know, what we're into, what we're doing, and what we spend time on, you know what I mean? And like I said, very proud of him. He is...
Yeah, black belt. Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and now
Instructor,
you teach.
yeah, I've been teaching now for almost 11 years. So that's pretty rad,
If you wanted to...
And I was going to say,
Plug and tell the people.
now do you have your own school?
Nope, I train at 2 schools currently. I'm a Timberhill black belt, under Carlos Machado black belt. I train at Pajama Strangle Time, and I train at Coventry BJJ. So come and find me, get you a lesson. In fact, if you come into either of those places and find me and tell me that you saw me on this show, you get a free lesson.
Nice. Did you say Pajama Strangle Time?
I did.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like me. Sounds like me in Japan.
I feel like if I keep making the comments I'm making, I'm gonna get a free lesson.
Oh, man.
You got Strangle Time in Japan?
You know, you pay for what you get.
It's big in Japan.
So back
That
in
was going to be my question. Was that the
yeah,
spot?
so when you lived on that horseshoe, that neighborhood, with that old grumpy man who lived there.
Yeah, Nicky.
That guy was grumpy.
That guy was something special. That
Super
guy used to
grumpy.
steal our skateboards and bury them in his
We
yard.
swore that he would steal, if we kicked a soccer ball into his
Oh,
yard,
yeah.
we swore that he took the soccer ball and put it onto his
He did.
statue
He
podiums
100%
and
did.
cemented them. For like, you know how those podiums that like go into a triangle and then there's a ball on top?
Yeah.
Like on the corner of your driveway, you get
So your balls are all fossilized?
all our freaking
Yeah.
soccer balls is what he did
Soccer
with them.
balls, basketball, anything that came near. In fact, if it was
He
on
would
the
not let
sidewalk,
us go in his yard to get it, even though there was no fence or
Yeah,
nothing.
'cause he's gonna put you inside of cement.
Kind of reminds me of
Yeah, but what about the
Sandlot.
Bellas?
Yeah.
Makes me think of the
Yes.
Sandlot
Yeah.
with
Yep.
the dog.
No, I was
Minus
just thinking
wow.
about, you know, that time, the power plant,
Exactly.
Oh,
What
yeah.
skateboarding. We had fun boxes. We used to play ball tag. You would hide under a canoe
Yeah.
full of wet leaves and nasty,
man.
dirty, scary
Ball
stuff.
Nobody
tag.
come find me.
Ball tag.
Yeah, ball
You were
tag. So
mad,
it was
We were mad. Me and Mike grew up in our own little
Get your
like
balls.
universe.
Yeah.
Literally, like
We
no
did.
one knew who we were.
We
over
invented
there
our own
at the
game.
edge of Johnston. It was just us and like John. You know what I mean?
I just can't believe he took your virginity and you guys played ball tag. I was never part of any of this stuff. I don't know
During
what,
the Pajama
I don't know
Strangle.
what these guys were doing when they were
We were
kids. but-
strangling each other with pajamas.
I mean,
That-
if anyone took virginities, it was like, you know, the me and George and Justin Giacavone days with the
Cigars.
cigar tubes.
Yeah, right.
That's when people were
That
like
never
friggin'. So we used to play this game.
Never
I
happened.
was big on this game called Christmas Goose. Christmas Goose.
The goose.
Tongue? Your goose tongue?
Yeah,
Hung
from his
goose.
mom.
Oh, wow.
I think if we go any further with this, you have to put a 1-800 number in the bottom.
Alright. Who's that guy?
I got a Russian blue.
Nicky.
He's just solid gray, like that purple looking skin.
kid
now a goat.
Is that really? No way.
Too close, it won't focus.
Yeah.
You got a question to ask?
I do. But now you have to
Ask a
edit that all
freaking
out.
question.
Yeah, ask your question. You want him to choke you out? You got a bigger neck. I'm sure it's easier.
So I wanted to ask you a question about your art form.
Yeah.
Do they consider it taekwondo, karate? It's just jujitsu?
Just jujitsu.
Okay.
So jujitsu originates from Japanese judo.
Oh, I'm big in Japan.
I heard.
I don't know anything about jujitsu.
Oh, well,
You should
that's
learn-
because Brazilian
You
now.
want to learn kung fu in Japan.
Jiu-jitsu still wins.
No, but
Can we talk about this kid's shirt?
I mean, that's perfectly
the only
normal.
reason I'm doing
Like,
that is
you
so
don't
we can-
normally
Yeah,
say
I
edit
gotcha.
that and
Yeah, yeah.
add dumb questions.
like Derek's normally. Like, what's the?
This isn't gonna be. This part isn't gonna be. In
Yeah,
the
no, I got.
I'm trying to.
No, I know.
Okay. I'm asking dumb questions because I already know the answer, but I want others to understand.
Listen, I'm with you.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Do you like his shirt?
I mean, I got a mixed.
I mean, he looks
I like the
tanner on
color
the
of the
face than
wall,
his rear end.
and
You
I
know,
like
it kind
the
of like
fan
fades
and,
down.
You know.
he
So who's
fades
this
into
guy?
color.
Sorry, Derek.
I don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, well, we do.
But
Lou
that's
does.
okay.
He had a box in his
Lou
house where
knows.
his dog would shit on the floor, so we would just put the shit in the box. He called this box O treats, and then we'd come to his house and like I would sleep over, and you'd wake up, there'd just be shit all over you.
Oh my god.
Like-
Just put the shit over.
That's
That's
dried.
Shit?
Dried.
Dog shit.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a fan of
He's a
that.
sick kid.
Yeah, no,
We love you, Derek.
let's not go to his house. Let's not.
So
I don't know.
I've never happened.
Oh shit.
So that brings us to what the shit. And basically, what the shit is the wildfires in LA. Have you seen any of this stuff?
That is some crazy what the shit.
Small people.
Like this is I don't know how long it's been. Like Louis, if you
A
want
whole
to read,
week.
So who started the fires
you can
anyway?
move this around and because you're better with
We didn't stop the fire.
It was always coming.
turn
don't know the words.
something like that.
It's a good song.
No, but
I was thinking more burn.
I mean, I'm not a
burn,
huge fan of
burn,
LA.
burn.
You know what I mean? Because I went out there and I had dreams as a kid of being an actor, and I was like, I'm gonna go to LA and just be an actor. Like that's how you thought. Like at those times, right? It was just like you go out there, and so I go out there and freaking all I see is like all these like skateboarder kids like me. You know what I mean? With like funky hair, just kind of like sitting on the ground, like sitting on the corners and stuff like that. Like just look all smacked out and shit, like all drugged out. And I was still straight edge at that point, so I was like, oh.
He's like, I need to do drugs.
It's like, this don't look good.
Yeah.
I was like, this don't look good, you know what I
Went
mean?
in the wood, right? I guess.
And so, but I mean, it is sad for anyone to, like, you know, it's just going nonstop and it just, their whole, like...
So there are a few theories. Do we think that it naturally ignited and the wind blew it and amplified it? Do we think that someone is lighting these fires? Or do we think that space lasers are coming down and zapping everything?
I hope for space lasers at this point.
Might be space lasers.
Let's hear what people have to say. You know?
Let us know in the comments what you think is starting these fires and these unfortunate fires.
So you can use the old interweb.
Conspiracies.
There was
It's
over
tough to
13. There
run
was
the
over
internet on the
13,000
show.
fires started this year alone from homeless people and drug addicts. California is infamous for their homeless people.
But if you start a
And they wanna
fire in
protect
LA's gutter, like, it's not going to really get that far. If you start a fire on, what's it, Skid Row? That road where everyone just lives?
And you check it
It's
out.
going to burn down Skid Row.
Yeah,
I
there's
did-
100
LA is
mile
a
per hour
city.
Check it
like,
out.
Hey,
buildings.
I did see a meme floating around that said that
wish we had
they
that.
have 72 genders and no water in their fire hydrants. So I thought that was kind
Yeah,
of funny.
right.
And then me and Wendy, once again, we went and visited San Francisco, which was like a beautiful place when I was a kid. Not anymore. You know what I mean? Like the amount of homeless people, like almost like outweigh the regular people walking around.
Yeah, but how do they get homeless? That's what I want to know.
Because
how
of
do they get
their,
homeless?
their policies in that area.
Whose policies?
They're like their own.
Democratic
Like I don't want
Party.
to. No, it's
No,
not.
how does the individual person get homeless? Because I used to feel bad for people, right? And I'm not saying that I
It's
don't
either
feel bad
people
for
giving
people.
up or like mental illness.
Like,
I mean, it's a little easier because it's warm there, so they can just sleep wherever. And
Because
poop
of their
all over the street.
policies, give you housing, give you food,
But I'm
they give
taking
you
it-
drug kits and so on.
I'm-
So
I'm-
what is the point of working when they can get everything for free?
but how? But if they're homeless, what are they getting for free?
All their drugs, all their medical, and all their treatment.
But they're homeless.
So you're basically saying it's cool
That's
to
why
be
they're
homeless.
setting fires. No, I'm not saying it's
It's
cool at
that
all.
better? No, it's
What it
fucking
is
horrible.
that their policies reward
This is simply
poor behavior.
what's the acronym here? Simply hilarious, inappropriate talk, right?
That's
A bunch
it,
of bums
sir.
are doing drugs, setting fires.
What I might say might be a little inappropriate, but then why don't we just fucking wipe them all out, and then they won't be homeless, and that'll solve the problem.
But they just wipe themselves.
Is that appropriate?
They
that's
just
fine.
did. They
No,
might have
I
just did
mean
that.
wipe the homeless people out.
They did. They just burned them away.
If they're setting the
Burn-
fires,
oh,
wipe
is that
them
what
out.
it is?
They just cleared them
Oh, okay,
away.
all right. Now, so you're clarifying it. Now I get it. It's tough, you know, thinking about other. I
Burn
haven't
the
had time
homeless.
to.
Well, let's add some conspiracy to the pile, right? If you think about it, you got a perfect storm of a million possibilities. So if you have something you're trying to get rid of, whether it's people, whether it's a city, whether it's anything,
Evidence.
and you have everything all together in one spot, and in the atmosphere itself, just the temperature and the weathers and all that, which allow for these type of fires to happen and spread so easily, then whether it's accidental and maybe somebody fans it, whether it's intentional and maybe somebody fans it, you know, it just seems to be in the climate we are socially and economically and worldview wise, it just seems that it makes a lot of sense for all these fires to happen right now, right there. Whether it's an accident and somebody goes,
I didn't even think
or
about it
the
like
intent,
that.
you know, so just to add a little bit of conspiracy. Now, I don't know what I'm talking about. I live completely on the other side of the map, and I don't frequent California because I'm an East Coast guy. And,
Biggie, no Tupac.
We need the Biggie audio track. Biggie.
Oh,
Boom,
Two
boom,
yachts.
boom.
Oh man! Instead, all I have.
But
is
anyway, who
this
cares,
one.
right?
basically.
So, Nicky, I have a question for you.
What's that?
You're also a fighter.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
man.
So, Nicky, you also fight. You box.
Yeah.
What do you think about
Mike,
the
do you think you
Brazilian
can take him?
jiu-jitsu side compared to, boxing? And how do you feel like his style compared to your fighting would be different?
So in my I don't even want to
Nicky
say it.
already said his thing. As long as you can breathe.
I don't even want to
breathing
say
is
opinion.
most important.
I
right?
I believe, in my experience and from what I've seen, that the stand-up game is superior, right? And I think that Floyd Mayweather proved that to the world when, him and McGregor met, because McGregor just didn't have that extra
McGregor
endurance
fought
that
Floyd
you get.
Mayweather?
in a boxing match.
But that's what I'm saying. The
Oh,
stand-up.
the
wasn't
rules,
allowed to
but he
grapple.
wasn't allowed to do his stuff.
But I'm not knocking. I'm saying like.
You're kind of knocking.
No, because listen,
He's getting offended.
because
Kurt Flanders.
a lot of people.
Kurt Flanders wants to see me get choked out by this monster.
But when you kind of don't allow people to use their
Skill?
best skill, like, you know what I mean? Like, I might say if you and Mike had just a boxing match, like,
Well, that's what I'm saying is, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying that when they both have to stand up, then that guy's gonna have the advantage. I'm not saying if it's everything goes, then obviously, like, I gotta shoot him. Especially being, much bigger and stuff like that. But
And hope that I stay down.
I've only, any fight
be a
I've
large
really
caliber
witnessed,
bullet.
most of the times at like a street, it's over.
I would argue that this is a great metaphor. If I have to take if anybody has to take anything away from it, is the burning of Hollywood is a great metaphor for anybody entering the world of performing visual arts right now.
Yeah.
Do it. Everybody get out there, make a million
right on.
podcasts, make a million albums, make a million
It's
movies.
the cleansing.
Yeah, this. So I'm not saying
Redo.
It's
I'm
where
not
we
saying
take it.
it
We
needs
take
to
it for
physically
ourselves.
burn.
We take it for we take it for ourselves.
Yeah.
No, but it's like a mulligan.
Yeah, let's
do-over.
let's do this over and
yeah,
do
but
it better.
the facts are that these days with technology and everything, people are making films all over the place. Like in Rhode Island has a huge tax break, credit, whatever.
Did they reinstitute it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
nice.
and the company that we're working with,
It's taking advantage
you
of
and I
that.
Yeah.
are doing like 5 to 6 films a year and putting them out and getting them distributed and making money,
Same
moving along.
reason I would normally ask Mike for his shit confessional, which would be a story. That Mike would tell us. And I remember he told me a decent story back in the day, which I thought would apply to us in the Christmas goose spirit.
Uh-oh.
About certain techniques in the martial arts game, but I don't know if he wants to share that story with us or not.
Well, it's not so much of a story
Share us anything.
of a. I think what you're referring to is an oil check. Yeah, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Gotta check your oil.
this got famous, I believe, through like wrestling, like collegiate wrestling, high school wrestling, and it's made its way into martial arts because why not? And if somebody's giving you a hard time and they're on top of you, and a quick way to get them off to you is just to grab your finger and
Check their oil.
check their oil. They pop off you real quick.
No.
I don't condone such things, but listen, if somebody's at you at the ATM and they're grabbing onto you, I mean,
But is
Reach
that
around.
legal in
no. But that's why.
But I mean, a lot of the stuff you probably.
These fucking guys. I can't believe I signed up for this. Sit here, get insulted. Talk about oil checks. What the fuck is going on? I can't wait to choke each one of them out. Maybe I'll choke them all out at the same time. I'll do a 3-way choke. That's how we're gonna end next time.
So, did you happen to watch the latest Joe Rogan podcast with Mark Zuckerberg?
I did not.
So, did you know Mark Zuckerberg?
He
is,
does,
is
yeah,
rolling
yeah.
on the mats.
I do know that.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Which man?
it's the newest, like the last couple of years. Everybody's getting on the trend on the jiu-jitsu bandwagon. I'm okay with it, but that bubble's gonna pop soon, I think.
Well, he talked about, he's like, I can't really go, like, I have, like, AI and meta AI and all this other shit. I can't, like, worry about, like, breaking a leg or, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
That's the exact. If most of my job is AI, then I don't have to worry about breaking a leg at all. I have to wake up and go work on a farm. I have to worry about breaking a leg.
Yeah.
You know?
You work on a farm?
I do.
Whose farm?
turf.
Turf, yeah, I work on a turf farm.
I didn't know.
Mountain
Yeah.
Kingston?
Oh, like on the front lawn from you guys.
Which one?
Turf Inc.
Yeah, that's us.
What's up with a
Right
job?
above the picture so you don't block that beautiful ass.
That beautiful behind. They should put it right in there.
No, it's got to be up near your mouth, please. Up near your mouth. So normally, if you do have a story you want to tell us, we will accept that story and we can comment on it.
I don't have a formal story, but I was scrolling
I mean,
through.
if I show you some of these videos I want to show
It
you.
I may be inspired by a story.
Ooh-wee.
That's-
Let's get inspired. Is everyone ready for the Shit Chronicles?
Yeah, let's
do it.
Let's get into the Shit Chronicles.
do it.
Righty.
The
Shit
shit
Chronicles.
Talk to her. Whose
Okay,
Cadillac
so-
is that? That's a Lincoln?
Let's bring
You
this-
you have a video with
that?
me in it.
Whose car? That's your car?
Footage.
I know he's got lots of food, but usually we see stuff. When he first started uncovering
Is that
footage.
your dad's truck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yes, I know exactly what's going on.
This is in front of Swan Street.
Uh-huh.
Swan. Hey, Swan. Is this when the fort was still there? Pre-fort?
Oh yeah.
Pre the Nintendo Skateboard Club?
Ooh, the upstairs thing in
Yeah.
my garage. And then you got
that
the
you?
Crown. You got the Crown Vic. No, the box Chevy.
Who's that?
It's Kurt.
That's a young.
Oh my God.
Joe, look at his face. Remember this face? The face of the cheetah.
This is me and Mike Villata playing basketball.
Watch this straight. And it's not
as
Wow.
young teens.
Fat, you got the fat laces.
Oh yeah. Got the etnies on. And my plaid shorts.
I love the basketball hoop on the
Yeah, piece of plywood. That's every neighborhood.
Cell phone.
yeah, back in our day, like when I spoke to you earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That was different. Now
Remember,
they,
do you remember we used to roll into different neighborhoods to play basketball, and in certain areas would just get you beat up. Like if you won, you were getting beat up. I remember going down to the oh, there's the story we can tell. That's a fair enough story.
Which one?
We're playing basketball, and I remember there was that one summer where it was like us, Centerdale, the Village, proper NP.
ooh, the Ville.
Right, and I remember like the game was supposed to happen at the Village, so we rolled down. It was like 6 of us went down to the Village to go play those kids, and it ended up in just like people getting stabbed. Like,
It's not even funny.
well, it wasn't even us. It was just like
Wow.
it was just like random fight broke because that area of the stuff went down over there, and nobody cared
Shit
about
went
the
down
Village.
in the Ville, for real.
For real.
I went there a couple of times just randomly, and it wasn't for anything good ever.
No one goes to the Village for anything good.
Never. It was either for a crazy woman or some type of other adventure.
I remember it
Where's
was
that
just
village?
Smithfield, and up the hill, and it was a low-income housing. Look at that
I
hair.
love it.
a flop top going on.
Just, yo.
Keeps moving it, bothering you. Buffering you.
Nah, that's how we got the ladies.
I remember what wave is in Virginia. The wave in my
Now, how old are you in this video?
I'll tell you how.
14?
Ready? Watch this.
14.
See that shirt right there? That's an original Echo shirt when he used to do graffiti. That's not even like a.
You got the Chicago White Sox hat on.
This is like 90 friggin'
whatever.
4, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was on that Echo tip before people knew who the hell he was.
What were the plaid shorts?
So
No,
is this
I
like
think the
mom and dad video
Skids,
camera?
probably.
Skids.
Yeah,
Oh shit! The Skids. They had the.
the diamond with the car. Yeah,
Do you know these outfits?
This is crazy.
Big
to me to see
skater
this.
outfits.
yeah.
Look at the jorts.
Shorts.
Are they, what are they called? Sheens or jorts?
Jorts.
Shorts. Teen shorts.
Shorts.
They never get one in the whole
Are
time.
those shants? Shorts or pants?
The term that I've heard a lot of men call you a bear.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I mean, you
What does
can
that
refer to Mike as a bear,
So
too.
I know
What
what
does
you're
that
talking
mean?
about. He's a bear. You're an otter. I'm a daddy.
Oh, I never heard these terms.
It's just like Regs, friggin'
Beasters.
Beasters, and Loud,
High grade.
you know?
Oh man.
Yeah. So, I think that should conclude today's episode, unless anyone else has anything they'd like to ask any more questions to Mike about. And hopefully we can get you guys that good footage of Mike working on the mats with one of us.
We'll do that.
Even possibly me and Nicky schooling me on how to defend myself, throw some punches.
I'll tell you what. Kurt and I will fight. The winner. Wait, how can we do this? You're gonna have to edit that out.
I don't know.
Him and I fight, and then
There's
we fight.
no
one another.
editing in this
There's
video.
all this
Everything
edit-
you've seen is gonna
Everything
happen.
he says, it's like we'll fix it in post.
You'll fix it. You'll fix it.
We'll fix it in
Yeah.
post.
You'll fix it.
For a
I just
video
want to see
editor
Mike choke
or a
Kurt,
video
and I wanna see Nicky
creator,
punch Kurt.
Teach me how
fixing
to
shit in post is the worst.
teach me how to Dougie.
Yeah, we'll fix that in post. So, appreciate you guys joining us today. In the new year, we won't be filming next week because I will be in Aruba. Lovely for me. Sucks to you guys. But, like before, please like, comment, subscribe to the show. You know, give us something to work with. You know, the more content you give us, the more content we give you back.
Also, don't forget to put on those requests for ask.
We want to give you advice.
Yeah.
Remember?
If you have any advice, you know, and you want me to come over and film you asking advice, you let
Ask
me
a
know. I'll come
fellow.
over and film.
Smash that subscribe button.
Exactly.
Smash.
And enjoy our new ending song created by JS Escalade while we roll credits because the show is getting bigger and we actually have more of a team behind us.
And we also have some new stuff coming that you're really gonna like.
Yeah, the skits I think you're really going to like when we start getting into the skits. So stick with us. It's only episode 3. And I feel comfortable about it. We just need to...
I don't.
It's all right. A little lube will get you there.
Goodbye!